The give to the back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a baller.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Got a man. It's Longo. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. It's getting loud in here, and they may raise the dues on Ncaa if they can stop him on third down. Back to pass, it's McCaffrey. Caught near the sticks, it's Dingle. He'll go out of bounds at the 38-yard line as this offense patiently tries to work the ball out of its own end.
That's just a very easy, comfortable throw for the quarterback. He knows he has his big target, the tight end, running across the field on the drag. Nice play.
And the Bears come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Here's the handoff. He has the first and still on his feet. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Bears want to move quickly.
And the offense with a nice run, breaks off a little bit of run, gets a first down. Oh, and here they go again. First.
Turning it on! They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down.
This defense is going to have to do a better job slowing down the run. We've seen twice now in this opening drive. This guy break one. And so this defense has to do a better job at the point of attack. And their D coordinator probably is already thinking to himself, do I have to get another guy in the box to slow this guy down?
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket. Threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
In a good spot here with second and short. Back to pass. And they can't make the connection.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. But the snapping the football, everybody being on time, man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
To the air, it's McCaffrey. Grab near the marker, it's Longo. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21. Tune in to the Ocho. 8th play of the drive coming up. Out of the gun, the give to the back. They pull him down at the 17 after a pickup of 3.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Second down, and this crowd is turning it up a notch. Looking to fire. Grabbed behind the line. It's Longo. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. The Bears have it in scoring position on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage so I can throw behind. This defense is good, but I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical team. I love the play call. I think you keep running the football and stay physical.
Dropping back, it's McCaffrey. Extending the play. He'll throw it. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Looking to the end zone on 3rd and goal. Trying to bowl his way in. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Baylor!
What a nice job by the offense. First drive of the game, they matriculated down the field, put themselves in a goal-to-go situation on 3rd down. It's not going to be easy throwing it, but they win the matchup. Accurate throw, and they get paid.
And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. Kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Fielded in the end zone, it's Cook. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. Gonna run it. It's Cook. Weaves his way ahead and gets 5 out to the 18-yard line.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster.
He uncorks one deep. He is lucky to get that one back, and the last thing you want is to turn it over on your opening drive.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges, and you could see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
Unloads to the wideout. He's got him this time. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. Here comes Clemson with another first down. They'll move the wide receiver. Might be calling a hot route. Thomas back to pass. Gets it out quickly. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Man, these plays are really, really simple. Really easy to run. I like it. Just drop back as a quarterback, see the big fella, wait for him to get open, hit him, get a nice positive gain.
Wants to go up top on first down. Buys a little time with his feet. He'll try to do it himself. And he picks up enough for the first down. We'll see if they get another snap here in the first quarter. That's the end of the period. Baylor is on top. And we've come to the end of one. And let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. So they'll go back to work after changing ends of the field. Running back searching for a hole. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1. And the Tigers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Give to the running back. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. There's an idea that Clemson can only run the ball when they sort of trick you and get you in space, but they're showing a lot of versatility now.
Yeah, I think the word you were looking for was finesse. They've been a finesse offense, more about tempo and body blows than it is about, being physical up front. But if this unit does get that physicality and get that ground game and a good offensive line, I think that's when you see the best of the Clemson Tigers.
Give to the single back. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Lost yardage on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Thomas looking to fire. Lets it fly. Complete downfield. Touchdown, Tigers. All that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score. Looking for the tie with the extra point. Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skilled players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
They'll snag it just inside the 10. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Got it in the middle. It's Aurora.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Still some work to do after that last completion at 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Finds his tight end. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
Well, it's a nice job by the tight end there. He's patient. He fights his way through all the traffic in the middle of the field, running that drag route, making it an easy completion for the quarterback.
Clock ticks down. Under 4 minutes to go in the half. Sends it back in motion. Dropping back, it's McCaffrey. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
Really nice job by the quarterback understanding I needed to throw this ball hard. Like, I got to fit it in there tight. And a nice job by the wide receiver wearing it, because he really didn't have a choice, because he was going to wear that one regardless.
Lost to throw again. He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. What a nice play, and even with the short return, they're in scoring position at the 18. This offense has it with really good field position. Use the play fake, now to throw. Dances away to buy time. Finds his big tight end. Shoved out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 15-yard line, and this offense is doing work. A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. Direct snap. And this Wildcat is going to be declawed, stopped in the backfield.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete. Let's take a second and talk about Clemson. They've climbed into the top 15, reached a little bit of a checkpoint, haven't they? Playoff is 12 teams. but it's right about this range that people start tuning in to see what you can do, to see if you're the real deal. Isn't that right, David?
Yeah, and cheering against you, right? Like a lot of times because their teams are doing well or competing with you. But let's see if the squad can build on the momentum. Starting to get some momentum, some love. Now, Jesse, how do they handle that?
I'm excited to see how this team is going to finish, too, because we know they've got talent. They've got guys that can take the game over. The question I have now moving forward, can they do it on the biggest stages? And today, it's about as big as it gets.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. To the air, it's McCaffrey. Fires to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Finds a man on the right. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
Well, this offense is showing you it doesn't take a lot of time for them to generate explosive plays through the air. Big completion on the previous play. They take another shot and hit it, and they have completely flipped the field.
Down to 2 minutes to play in the half, and the referee's signal for the 2-minute timeout. And that big gainer on the last one has them ready to go from inside the 10. Wide receiver going in motion. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Give him 6. Touchdown Bears!
And this QB's starting to do some work, man. The big explosive play in the passing game. You get inside the 10, you're thinking run. Everybody thinking run. You back it up with another pass, another great throw, and quickly this offense gets right to the end zone.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, they're up 14-10. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Indiana is in front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage to this point. But you take a look at the scoreboard, and you see we have ourselves a tight game. They're up by a field goal over Maryland. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Fielded in the end zone. It's Cook. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Thomas back to pass. Under fire. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Quickly to the tight end. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? Second down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this third down manageable. Really nice job of executing that.
Wide receiver comes in motion. He'll throw on third down. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. Clemson will send the punt team out. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. He gets his first one of the day out of there, and they used him 3 times in that loss last week. So the first play of the drive will come from the 43. Motion from the wideout. Touch pass on the jet sweep. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
And great recognition by the corner. That touch pass, after he throws at the quarterback, it's a pass. He can't throw it forward again. Nice job understanding that, flying up, coming and making the big tackle in the open field.
Got it in the middle. It's Aurora. Gets it to the 37. Clock stops to move the chains.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
It's first down from the 37-yard line. Back to throw. It's McCaffrey. Blasted as he lets it go. Picked off. What a play by this defense.
And if you're the quarterback, you might want to stop throwing that guy's way. I mean, you knew coming into this game, David, he's one of the best corners in the entire country. He's already been picked off twice now. He is literally living in this quarterback's head rent-free.
And so nice to have a guy like this that can cut off half the field, because now you can put resources elsewhere. He's proven if you try me, bad things are going to happen.
Looking to throw on first down. Looking to buy time. Finds a little space. There he goes. He's at the 40. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 and the 38, and these guys are on the move. They'll snap it from the 39. First and 10. Motion from the back. Looking downfield on first down. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Looking to throw on first down. Unloads it left. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting the throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
Motion from the wide receiver. Misfired on first down, back to the air on second. Caught close to the marker. It's Aurora. And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
Gets the back moving. Looking for a man. It's McCaffrey. Fakes the grab. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Looking downfield very late in the half. Good quickness to grab it off the deflection. He's brought down, but what a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3. It's good. Now up by 7 points here in the second. So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. Coming out with it, it's Cook. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Bears will line up to kick off and start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Cook. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. Thomas looking to fire. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He gets it up to the 44-yard line. He'll be marked out of bounds right there as this offense continues to roll.
I got to be honest. I know the defense respected this guy's running ability. I don't know, though, if they knew it was this good. He has been gashing them in this game with his legs, and already you're seeing the defense now make some adjustments to slow this guy down. They were able to get him to the ground. He's still got a couple yards, but this has got to continue for this defense. You know he is going to carry the ball.
Second down, they'll go to the air. It's on target and complete. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
Wants to adjust the pattern. To the air on first down. The throw to the outside is complete. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4. If they're going to keep covering him like that, they're just going to keep going to him.
Yeah, and it's so hard because you want to stay back and take away the weapons outside to the wide receivers, but when this guy's going to be able to catch the football and he makes plays like this, now I'm going to have to maybe go play more man, bring a guy to him, and not let him get those open touches.
Steps away to find some room. Looking down the middle. Finds his man. It's Isaac. Gets him down at the 26. Big play there. Give him 15 yards on the gain, and they move the sticks. Clemson ready to go back to work with another first down. They just keep firing. Fires left. He's got it. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal. The Tigers had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Clemson.
And the running back was not going to be denied on that play. He had a hole, he saw it, he put his foot in the ground, and that was pay dirt.
Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Indiana is in front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage to this point. But you take a look at the scoreboard, and you see we have ourselves a tight game. They're up by 9 over Maryland. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Here comes the Bear offense. Their lead is gone, and they'll try to grab it back on this drive. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk after the 30-yard line. The Bears moving quickly to the line. The give to the tailback. Got the first down and more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Wants to throw. It's McCaffrey. Got his man. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw, too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
The sure hands, it's Aurora.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
And the Bears can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Back to pass. Grabbed in the middle. It's Longo. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down.
Well, this defense is going to mix up their looks against this quarterback, playing some zone. That time it was man coverage, but they also brought the blitz. So they're just trying to keep this quarterback on his toes.
They'll snap it from the 34 on 1st and 10. That's caught. It's Ginn. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Bears pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. Dropping back, it's McCaffrey. Skips away from pressure. Trying to escape and get it himself. Just couldn't find a hole in this defense. They were ready for him and forced him out of bounds, and no gain on the play.
And absolutely nothing doing there on the quarterback run. Defense takes all the gaps away. They use their speed to force him to the sidelines. He didn't even gain any yards, guys, before going out of bounds.
Going to swing it on 2nd down. He's got his man, makes the grab. Now the connection takes it to the 11. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. They fought tooth and nail through 3, and it is all locked up as we take a look at the stats. These two teams about to find out what they're made of as we open the 4th all tied up. So 1st down will open up the final period. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires into the end zone. And it's a touchdown. It is also a play in which there is a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Now facing some adversity on this drive after the loss of 4 at 2nd and 14. They'll send the back in motion. Looking downfield, it's McCaffrey. Got his man quickly. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Into the end zone. And he wanted to get the score right there, but it falls incomplete.
And this is the part of the field, man, you really got to have a plan because these windows get smaller and you're trying to fit that ball into the end zone. It's difficult to do. Quarterback, receivers, they got to be on the same page.
No good. After that failed field goal attempt, fellas, still tie ball game.
And that's frustrating. I mean, you put a drive together, you're in scoring zone. Like, this is a green zone. You should be making all of these kicks, these short field goals, the chip shots. Kickers have to come through. They got to do their job.
Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
The Tigers want to pick up the tempo. They'll move the wide receiver. Making side adjustments here. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Hauls it in. Breaks into the open. Good call, good execution as they move the chains and they have a first down at the 38. And the Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. They go to the ground. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
How about the job by this defense today? They knew what they were getting into. A really good running back. We talked to him this week. It was the main focus point of this offense, stopping the run game, stopping the run game. Boy, have they showed up and showed out and answered that challenge.
Wide receiver going in motion. Thomas back to pass. Fires to the right. Makes a connection. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. This Clemson offense moving quickly down the field. Wants to throw on first down. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Going to try to get it himself. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39. Now on first down from the 40. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires to the right. It's complete. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. They say success rate can be picking up about 4 or so on first down, 1st and 10. Quarterback may change this route. Here they're trying to get to the edge. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Throws for the tight end. Complete in the middle. This freshman quarterback is slinging it out there to pick up that first down. The Tigers started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Leaves it with the back. Touchdown, Clemson! They move on top here in the 4th.
quarterbacks that have a nose for the goal line, understand how to get there, finish strong into the end zone, know I get 6, and then go celebrate with your boys.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, who knows how things are going to finish up in the Big Ten this season, but this is a game to keep in mind. Alabama rolled to victory, flexing an offensive muscle that almost reminded folks of the record-setting team led by Mac Jones, Najee Harris, and Devontae Smith. Really unexpected outcome in this intriguing Big Ten matchup, and the type of loss, guys, that'll get the attention of even a good football team.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. A blown opportunity, missing that short field goal on the last drive, and now they'll try to put something on the board here. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Beneath the shadow of Howard's Rock, Death Valley is rocking, trying to help the Tigers on 3rd down. The defense coming out to protect the lead, but this offense still has plenty of time, likely their final drive. Back to throw, it's McCaffrey. He's got it. They'll stop him short on 3rd down, and this defense trying to make sure they stay on top.
And running east-west at this point is not going to help you win this game. You're down by a possession, a 2-minute situation. You got to catch it and get north, get the first down to stop the clock. Or you got to catch it and make sure that you're somewhere close to out of bounds if you're going to try to go lateral. That wasn't it right there.
On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Makes the pass. Makes the grab past the marker. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a 1st down.
And they've trusted their QB to throw the football. And he's going to have to make plays. He's made plays throughout the day. This is now when you come up clutch in a big moment when your team needs it. If that's any indication, I like what I'm seeing.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Rushes on him. Hit as he throws. Intercepted, and now he's up to 14.
That's a tough deal for the offense, right? I mean, you're trailing, it's late in the game, you're having to throw the football. You're just trying to make something happen, and ball gets away from the quarterback, ends up in the hands of the DB. Nice job by the defense.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Looking for a gap. It's Cook. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Gonna take a shot. Almost intercepted, and what a momentum swing that could have been, but they still force a 4th down.
And that is a frustrating possession for this offense. You wanted to run the football, maybe take some time. You did the opposite. Got in a bad situation, threw the football, stopped the clock. Not how you manage a game late in the 4th quarter.
And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. This drive will open from the 15. Looking for a man. It's McCaffrey. Here's a hit. Takes a hit as he fired. And that'll be incomplete, man. That would have been a big hitter on 1st down, but 2nd down's coming up.
Hey, listen, it's hard for an offense. When you're trailing late in the game, you've got to throw to get back in. The defense already knows it anyway. On top of that, you've got this weather that you have to deal with. These conditions are not conducive to playing pitch and catch. This is a big uphill battle for this offense.
He makes a catch. He goes out of bounds a couple of steps shy of the 40, mark it at the 38. It is a 1st down, but more importantly at this juncture, clock is stopped. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Looking downfield on first down. Just a hair too much on it from this big-arm sophomore quarterback.
And I'm going to be really curious to watch this offense and see how much faith and trust they have in themselves and the weather, right? Like, it's passing situation, it's a 2-minute situation. You practice spreading this ball all over the field. Can you do that? Because this is not ideal weather, and you can't make a mistake here.
They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Looking up top, and time is of the essence. Picked off. That's number 15 on the year. The defense making a play to put an exclamation point on this one, and that ought to do it. Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. Don't want to risk anything here. The quarterback takes a knee. Guys, if you want to go strictly by the rankings, I guess this was an upset, but to my eyes, we saw two really good teams slug it out, and one of them came out on top.
Yeah, two really good teams. And that's a reason why they're both ranked. They're both really good, and I tell you what, getting this win proves something to everyone else now. Like, I was ranked below this squad. You beat a team that's ranked above you. Now you start to climb up the charts, build some momentum. This squad's about to get some more respect on them.
I think good teams find ways to win games, especially in a game like this. Two ranked opponents, evenly matched. Who's going to be able to make the plays when it matters the most? You got to give this team credit. This is a big win. It's impressive, and now they get to move up the rankings.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.